Great to see y'all again. I'm breathing heavy. We just got off the field. All right, let's go.
Been watching any Celtics games?
Have I? Left yesterday. Congrats to the C's on the first one. First stuff. We need a few more, but on to the next. Shout out to the guys, JT, JB, all those guys. Running around, having some fun, man. Learning to play with each other, all those kind of things, different. Practicing as a defense and offense, building a little camaraderie, finishing off with good competition type thing. So it's great. Everything is going good.
What kinds of things you compete with?
I mean, you name it, drills, pull up, just hanging on a pull up bar, all those kind of things. Anything you could kind of build. It takes nothing to build some competitiveness in anything. Rock, paper, scissors, anything small like that. We're just looking to get to know each other a little bit as well as grow together on the field. We're just getting started, so hopefully whoever's winning not getting too confident.
What's it like being coached by Dante Hightower?
It's great. I mean, it's kind of something he's always been doing when I play with him. So now now he just has a title along with it, and he's not hitting anybody no more. So it's big for me, especially. Having him out there, seeing it from a different perspective, obviously having Jerod last year too. So now you got a whole bunch of brains to the operation, kind of helping out getting things done, which is fun. It makes the game a lot more fun.
Given the fact that you have Jerod's old locker and Dante's old locker, can we look for you as the next inside linebacker coach in like 2029 or something?
2029, I'm the guy who's always focused on the next day. So 2029 seems like light years from now, but obviously I'm always looking to build on what I've already done, as well as take different things from everybody else. I call myself kind of a professional thief in that aspect. I always like to find different things, whether it's Jerod, Hightower, different things they did to play, Jamie, all of my OGs that kind of came before me, take bits and pieces from them and try to implement to what I got going on here.
How would you describe just what it's like in the building with Jerod and the sort of the stamp that he's putting on the atmosphere among the players?
Honestly, I don't have one word for it. I would just say that the aura is definitely me being in his linebacker room for the past few years. It just kind of expanded from outside of the LB room to now the entire building. So whether that's way of thinking about things, kind of asking different questions here and there, different kind of combining ideas. If he has something, he sees something one way, I see something a different way, we'll come together just to figure out how to get the job done. At the end of the day, we all trying to get the same goals accomplished, all those kind of things. So we're just looking to come together as a group, and that's why building camaraderie, all those kind of things are big, because then you know how each other's kind of thinking. You know what their headspace is. You know why they thought about doing it this way instead of this way. We're able to come together and really have a constructive, real conversation in order to kind of put our best foot forward out there on the field.
Is it, after how last season obviously went, it wasn't how anyone on the team wanted it to go, do you feel that aura, there's kind of like a newfound throughout the whole building that like you're ready to go out there already and just like prove everyone wrong after last year?
I feel like that's every team across the league that didn't win the Super Bowl last year. Everybody's kind of like, oh, this is what happened last year. This is what we're going to do different. This is going to solve the whole puzzle. But it's not. It's a process. Obviously, we had some changes here. So days like today are like the details and all those kind of, those are big for us. So yeah, some people from the outside may seem, oh, they're playing a game or something like that. Nah, we're building that camaraderie because it's going to help us on the field, build that competitive edge, because now we know what makes each other tick. We know our strengths and weaknesses in different areas, and you're able to take that from that little competitive game and put it out on the practice field, because now you know what limits people are willing to go to. You know people's why, things like that. So you're able to kind of put a good product out there. But as far as like the aura and all that kind of stuff, it's always good to come in like to the workplace and everybody's kind of eager to work, figuring out what the next thing is, especially when you have a new coach. Everybody's kind of expecting, like, obviously things are different. So you're like, all right, what's different about this Tuesday rather than the last Tuesday? So you always in kind of that go mode. You're always kind of locked in, which is huge. It changes. It ain't necessarily better or worse. It's just different. So right now, everybody's just kind of excited about it, and it's helping us get through. And these days ain't easy. So at the end of the day, it's helping us get through it.
Hey, Ja'Whaun, you're one of the guys who was homegrown, drafted, developed, extended in the organization. Mm-hmm. This offseason, Mike, Kyle, Joshua, Now Christian signing a deal a year before he could potentially become a free agent. What's the message? So how do you receive that? How do you think it's received in the locker room when you see young players renew their commitment to the team, but also the team renew its commitment to them?
It's big, especially for me. I mean, seeing those guys come in and just kind of develop as rookies, and then able to find their niche here and there, find the different pieces, and then they come together and them being the dynamic players they are today. It just shows that when you put the hard work in, you can do everything the right way, and it'll pay off. And sometimes you see guys, whether they not putting the work in and it doesn't pay off, or they are putting the work in and it still doesn't pay off. So it's always big to see like guys that put the work in and it pays off for them, because then it helps everybody kind of follow suit. You like, all right, I could do everything the right way, and it'll be a light at the end of the tunnel there. So it's always big to have those guys back. They're big pieces in the locker room for sure. They're dynamic players across the league for sure. So obviously, we don't get that we don't talk too big about ourselves like that, but those guys are dynamic across the league, and now it's good to see it kind of shown, and whether the contracts, extensions, and things like that.
Well, I know it's early, but other players have talked about having playbook at this point. Have you noticed any changes going from Will and Steve last year, to Marcus and Jerod taking on bigger roles?
I mean, yeah, you have little tweaks and things like that, whether it's Linko changing certain things. Obviously, the defense that we kind of had last year, we kind of got a lot of those guys back. So that's big. You're not really changing too much. You're really just evolving with what you already have, which is huge. So now you kind of, instead of going back to, I guess, step one, you kind of on step 6 or 7, because OTAs, you kind of just dial it back a little bit. But it's good to have kind of similar guys. I really can't speak for the offense like that, because we kind of practicing a little separate in that aspect, so I don't know too much. But as far as defense is concerned, we have a lot of guys back. So right now we're just bringing the new guys along. They're picking everything up fast. We have good vets and good young guys that's able to kind of learn on the fly a little bit, and that's big for us. So it's helping us move in the right direction.
To that point, Ja'Whaun, you look at the draft, you guys only drafted one defensive player. Do you view that as a vote of confidence from last year's team? And how does it help the cohesion moving forward?
Yes, to answer your second question. I would say that it definitely bodes definitely some confidence as far as the defense, because at the end of the day, we're very confident who we have already. Obviously, if we add some pieces to the puzzle, come on in, we're more than welcome. But as far as us building together, it's definitely huge for us. Like I said, at this point we've been playing each other for a few years now. So now we're just finding different ways to up it up. How can we change it up? How can we take it up a notch? Yeah, we're good, but how do we figure out a way to be better than that? So we always just constantly our own worst critics. We don't necessarily wait for you guys to do it for us. We are kind of ahead of the curve. We beat y'all to it. But as far as that's concerned, it makes it fun too. It makes the game real fun when you constantly just pushing each other like, all right, you're good, but what else you got in the tank for us? Or what can we implement that this new guy has? Can we steal certain things from him? He's like different teams. We watch the other teams across the league too. There's a lot of dynamic teams, so we could take something from them, add it to what we got going on, and see what happens. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we'll figure out something else. But that's the beauty in the game. That's when you're having some real fun, and that's when you're able to really put your best foot forward when you're constantly evolving.
We've heard about some of the different sayings or slogans maybe on the walls in the facility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if there's one in particular that is maybe your favorite or speaks to you the most.
Yeah, process, progress, payoff. That's one when we right when we walk in the door. It's big for us. And our biggest thing, not only are the slogans, is not letting them just be slogans. Everybody has a war cry. Everybody has a slogan they kind of just say every day or write down every day, but do you actually live by it? And that's our main thing. How can we figure out a way each and every day to live by what we're saying and not just letting it be words? So each and every day we're just constantly looking to get better. Because at the end of the day, the slogans, things like that, it goes far beyond just football. This is like life stuff too. So being able to recognize that you gotta each and every day make progress and enjoy that process. Each day you're making progress. It's a part of the process. And hopefully at the end of the day, you're seeing some type of payoff. And if you're not, you go back to the drawing board, start over from scratch, change what you need to change, but get right back to it. Can't dwell on the past too much, and you can't think too far in the future. Just one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. And shit, at the end of the day, that makes the game fun. That's why we do it. That's why you guys sit here and listen to us. That's why we like going out on the field day in and day out doing what we do. So it's powerful, and I'm excited.
Is that right on the front door when you're walking into the facility?
It's not just there. It's a few other spots too. Yeah, so you'll be seeing it around. You'll be hearing it around. I try to say as much as I can on the mic too. So hopefully I could trickle it down to you guys.
Ja'Whaun, how have you guys gone about welcoming the rookie draft class?
Well, right now it's been just through IG. We've seen them one time when they came in the building, but I'm sure they'll be here next week. So it'll be good to see those new faces, introduce those guys to the team. Not going to say too much other than that, but it'll be good to see them, have them in the building. I'm excited to get to work.
Final question? Anything personal that you were able to do from when the season ended to when you came back, the voluntary off-season program that sort of opened your mind or that made you feel more?
It sounds like you want me to talk about my trip to Brazil. I took a trip to Brazil. It was definitely fun, huge experience. I don't know if the NFL is watching my moves, but ever since I got back from Brazil, now we're having a game out there now. So hopefully we get the Pats out there one day. But it was definitely a cool experience. Shout out to Brazil. All the Patriot fans in Brazil for sure. It's definitely a cool experience. I would love to do that again. But other than that, kind of. I like to travel. Last year it was Japan. This year it was Brazil. Just try to venture out, see what's out there. Growing up, didn't really travel too much. So now you kind of a little older. You like, all right, what else they got going on out here? Let me see what's going on. So in this, I haven't had any misses yet. So something I look forward to keep going with, and I guess I'll keep you guys updated now. Nothing yet. I'm cooking something up. I'm trying to see. Nothing set in stone though. Appreciate you guys. Go Seas.